Hi, I'm James Baker, founder of James Baker and Associates and international tax expert slash entrepreneur. And this clip you're about to see is from our last Ask Me Anything. If you want to ask me some questions, I come on live Wednesdays and Thursdays as much as I can. You can join with the link in the description below. I'd love to see you there, but let's get to the clip. If I buy Bitcoin in an exchange with my LLC's corporate account, is that an expense or do I have to declare it as a company asset? For me, spending money in BTC would be a great way to have zero profits at the end of the year. So I'm getting this from a lot of my people from Spain. These guys are so from the U.S. tax perspective, it's the same thing. If you're not paying U.S. taxes, it doesn't really matter what you do. It doesn't matter if it's all a distribution or all an asset. You're still not paying taxes. But for me, again, a U.S. taxpayer, if I buy 10,000, if I get that same $10,000 and I buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, it's not an expense until I send the Bitcoin to somebody. If I just buy Bitcoin and keep it in my wallet, and even if the Bitcoin goes to zero, if I don't sell the Bitcoin, I don't have a loss, I don't have an expense, it's just have a worthless asset. And until I send it somewhere or get rid of it or whatever, it is an asset. That's company assets. Now, I had that little statement in the beginning because if you are a Spain person, from my understanding, and not just Spain but other countries, it's crazy because I get a lot of different opinions from professionals in other countries. I talked to a client who was with her UK accountant today or yesterday, and basically, if you're in the UK or you're in Spain, a lot of these countries are not making you pay tax. Like I get some advisors say you don't have to pay tax on the results of your LLC. You only pay tax on what you send to yourself in the home country. From my understanding, for most developed countries, and again, we're talking Spain and the UK, I understood it as, and again, not a Spain tax expert at all. I have a lot of clients in Spain, but I hear different things. And it's really crazy, even from different advisors. But my understanding was that if you have an LLC and you make $10,000 and that's your profits, then you're required to pay tax in Spain on your profits, whether you bring it back or not, because it's a pass-through entity. However, I've heard different things where if you don't bring it back, you don't pay taxes. They wouldn't necessarily know about it. And then other people are doing this where they're like spending the money, so it's leaving the account and it's going on Web3, it's going on the blockchain. You say, look, Spain, it's an expense. I have no income. And they're none the wiser. So, you can be a little trickier with the filings, but again, it all comes down to your personal risk tolerance and the advice you're getting. So to answer your question, technically, yes, it's not an expense if you buy Bitcoin and you just keep it. If you buy it and send it somewhere, sure, it's an expense. If you buy it and sell it at a loss, sure, it's a loss. But if you just buy it and hold it, not really technically an expense from a U.S. tax standpoint. Going back to my last question, if you're not paying taxes, it doesn't really matter. And if you're not paying taxes in the US, so some people, if that's how they want to mitigate their risk locally for taking an aggressive tax position in a country like Spain, sure, do it. That's up to you. That's your decision and how you want to, your acceptable level of risk. And that's how you want to manage it. That's great. And I can help you facilitate that goal and that dream. Luckily for me, I am not licensed in Spain, so I can give you all kinds of crazy advice you want in Spain, but it's not tax advice, and it's just helping you do it operationally. So I'm glad you stayed, Mateo, because you're going to Spain, and you can see that a lot of the information sharing isn't automatic. So when you're over there, it's not like Spain gets a report from the U.S. of every Spain citizen who has an LLC and a bank account, because it just doesn't work like that. Obviously, if they want it, they can get it, whatever, but it's just not auto like that. So great question. I went off in great detail on that question. I hope it was helpful. If you have follow-up questions, let her rip. We'll go to the next one. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. And I want to share some things I have to offer you. If you're looking for help expanding to the US or fixing a tax problem, the quickest way to contact us is to schedule a free call in the description below or at visiting jamesbakercpa.com/schedule. If you want to skip the line and speak with me directly, there's also a link in the description to schedule a call with me, which is another great option. I encourage you to join our Telegram and Discord groups, because in there we're announcing when I'm going live. I'm participating. I'm answering questions in real time. It's all free, and it's a quick community to engage with other entrepreneurs and people like yourself who are international and learning about this stuff. And I think it's a really valuable place to be in. At the end of the day, if you just subscribe and see me on the next video, that works too. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.